to our August meeting. I'll ask that you please stand and pledge allegiance with me. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start our meeting with a presentation on the student use of internet-enabled devices.
All right. This is like the fourth presentation of the day. I'm kind of done.
I have to open that again. It might be taking a while to load.
Is it? I'm gonna try it again. It's a PDF because I went through Canva, and then instead of logging out
That's
and
right, it might be
logging in, and
Yeah.
I got this.
Because if you look at the little scroll over on the right-hand side, the scroll down bar, it looks like a fairly big presentation.
Oh, it's not that big.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Technology.
Like 7, right? Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about too. Good evening. So I just want to go real quick. You well know, there's a cell phone ban statewide that was enacted, is to be enacted on September 1st of this year. The district had to have a policy, at least a process of some sort on our website by August 1st, which we did meet that deadline. There were only about 17 districts statewide that missed it. I don't think they missed it because they didn't have it, they probably just forgot to put it on. So we did meet that. And a lot of that, I said to a lot of the people that have asked me so far about the policy, how we drafted it, how did we come up with it. I would say 80% of it was scripted already from the state. So a lot of it was already, this is how it's gonna work, this is what we're talking about, and this is what you're gonna need to do. So every district is basically following about 80% of the rule. Where it changes is 2 things, storage and discipline. And we're not that far off from others. So most districts that have implemented this plan started with yonder pouches. We actually have decided to go with something a little different, and I'll go into that in a minute. But the whole purpose of this is not to punish anyone, it really isn't. But one of the slides I have here was I'm not really looking at it because we keep talking about student engagement, we talk about student anxiety, we talk about student depression related to this. I actually put together a graphic of addiction, an addiction to cell phones, and everyone in this room can probably agree to it. I will agree that I went down an Instagram rabbit hole probably for about 15 minutes last night, forgot I had the iron on, and what I was actually there to do. So it really comes down to how much time is being spent on cell phones, and so they're just trying to get rid of that in the classroom. Not a punishment, but that goes for both students and teachers. So we're not demanding, we're asking our staff to follow the rule as well. So it's gonna be a district-wide initiative, not just students, okay? So we're not punishing you guys. I think it's gonna be good for me. I think it'll probably be good for everyone else that isn't grabbing their phone every 5 minutes to check the most recent social media post or text. So with that said, we are implementing a plan. So what's gonna happen is these are called new germ. I don't know why it's new germ. They could have probably come up with something a little bit trendier than that, but this is the case. So each district had a choice. They could either store them in lockers, you could store them in these are personal caddies, locker, or you could put them in their own lockers. We decided to go with something like this. First of all, the investment in this is not cheap. So this is probably about a $10,000 investment just for the middle school, high school. Yonder pouches, which a lot of people are used to, are the soft, kind of looks like a little satchel. Those are about double the cost, probably about $20,000 for a district this size. We decided to go with this. The reason why we went with this is we like the fact that it's a clear case. I can see it's my phone in here, not yours. And maybe it's a little bit more of a belonging that this is mine and I know it's mine. So what will happen is students, opening day, will each be given one of these. They will keep this for the entire school year. Okay? So when they walk into school, it locks. Can't get into it. When they walk out of school or they leave early, something like that, they use a machine, it unlocks it, and it opens up like a clamshell basically, if I can get it open. I know they look cheap. They are pretty indestructible. I think
Downsville.
Crystal, yeah, they took a hammer.
Yeah.
People are stepping on it.
Stepped on it, they tried to break it this way.
Yeah.
It's pretty indestructible.
It is, it does look a little cheap, but, so this is the device, that the caddy that we'll be using. So this way, students always have their phone on them. It just, when they walk in the door, it has to be silenced, goes in the case, they lock it themselves. We're trusting that you're gonna do that on your own. At the end of the day, we'll have stations set up both at this exit and at the middle school exit, where you can walk by, like I said, it's just a magnet that actually deactivates this pin. Take your phone out, you keep your case, throw it in your backpack, next morning you start the routine again. Very simple. Elementary will do something a little different because we don't see a lot of elementary students with cell phones at this point. They will hand them into their homeroom teacher, okay? Or the main office, however way they want to do it. It's probably easier with the teacher. They spend most of the time in that classroom instead of like high school or middle school where they're switching around a lot. So that is the plan. What it covers is it covers everything from smartwatches to cell phones to tablets to any internet-enabled device that is not district issued. That's what it covers, okay? Now, I will say there are exceptions to the rule. If it's part of a 504 or an IEP, the student can have the device. Maybe it's for anxiety purposes, maybe it's to track something, a heart monitor or something like that. It is also allowable if the teacher decides, listen, we're gonna take our phones out today, we're gonna work on a project and I want you to go search something with your phone and then we're gonna do an activity. As long as the district is issuing or allowing the students to do that, that's fine. After that class or that whatever that assignment is, it goes back in the case and closed. So there are other few little things. There's another, if you are taking care of an elderly loved one or someone at home and you need to be in constant contact with them because of whatever their condition they're in, because of an illness, there's a specific way, there's specific limit to that. Any kind of medical, there can be a medical exemption. It has to go through the district's medical authority though. And we contract with Bassett on that. So it can't be just, I have anxiety, I need my phone. It's not, it has to be a real written doctor's note and go through for purposes of that nature. So we do have some things, and then there's another one that says required by law. I did check with legal, they couldn't come up with anything. I don't know what that would be. Even when our legal team has no answer, it's not good. But the only thing I could think of is there's some kind of legal, I don't know, some kind of agreement that a student has to have it. I doubt it's gonna happen. So there's very limited ways for students to have it throughout the day. Again, if you look at, we're the biggest state to enact something like this. We're not the only state. There are the other states, Texas, Florida. There are 21 states right now that have a bell-to-bell cell phone ban. Again, bell-to-bell, from the minute you walk in to the minute you walk out. And there are 4 more states looking at it for next year. So it's not like we're the only ones out there. In fact, we're behind the 8 ball on it. So if you're leaving early, of course, there'll be these in the offices during the day. So if you're leaving early for a doctor's appointment or it's a half day, you're leaving your family, you can easily deactivate your phone. So we have these on tables and we also have these on these little beautiful cutting boards. So we will have access to it if needed. I'm trying to think what else.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I have a few silly questions.
Go ahead.
So this just popped into my head. So if my son's leaving early or just for something forgot his basketball stuff, does he have to use could he go to the office unlike that and in the office call me on a cell phone, or he has to use the school phone?
You know, either one.
I didn't know.
To be
Like,
honest.
Are they allowed to like go unlock that in the office and use their phone?
If there's a
in the office?
purpose that we
Okay.
see fit that he needs
And
to
my other
contact
question,
for.
do they have, like, does every kid have to take one of those? They have to take one? Or is it, or can I'm gonna leave it in my car all day, or I'm gonna leave it in my backpack, or in my locker all day? Or do they have to take one of those? I'm sorry.
So everyone is given one, how about that?
Okay,
We'll
okay.
answer it that way, everyone is given one, if they decide that they don't wanna bring their phone, they wanna leave it at home, perfect, if they wanna leave it in their car,
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
Just cannot be here in the district.
Okay,
I would suggest if they're just gonna leave it in their locker, I would say put it in a case.
Okay.
Just in case you're asked for it, at least your phone is here, it's
Uh-huh.
locked in the case.
And-
Because what's gonna happen with that is in the locker, if it's just not locked in the case, at this point, that they're gonna end up possibly just going during a break or bathroom and checking their phone.
and
And that's what we're trying to
can
get
you
rid
tell, can somebody tell what, just because I'm a parent too, what's the plan? Like, the kids aren't gonna know that when they walk in on day one?
Mhm.
So is there gonna be an assembly where it's explained and then they give it to them?
Yep.
Okay,
They're actually, what they're gonna do is my understanding is I think that we were gonna do like an assembly for the grade levels, and I think they switched it to classroom, first class, am I correct?
I think they're handing them out and then they're gonna do, like Crystal's gonna pull everybody down in the auditorium and like talk to them.
And then have okay,
thank you.
perfect. So back to what you were talking about, notification, I mean, that's one of the biggest things I think with parents at times, how do I know, how am I gonna get in contact with my child? First of all, I will say this, we have a payphone in our lobby, you wanna talk about how different we are at
Never knew
DA,
that.
orchestra, German, we have a payphone. So,
Where is it? I've never seen it.
it's right in the lobby.
Did you guys know this?
Yes.
So, I mean, if a student really had to get a hold of a parent, they could just
I don't
always
think they know how to
utilize.
use them.
They wouldn't
No.
know, wouldn't know the number.
It's a great history, yeah, right. If we made a rotary, that would even be better. So, so we do have that, but we also have, I mean, every classroom has a phone. You know, and we also have, parents can contact the main offices of each building, and we can get a hold of students very quickly. So that's not gonna be an issue. Notification of children is not gonna be an issue whatsoever.
We did it for scores of years prior to cell phones.
Decades.
Yeah, decades.
Decades, so. Trying to think if I hit everything. If you do take this and break it, there will be a replacement fee, I think they're around $18.
I was thinking.
How much?
It's 18.
How much?
Oh, it's 18.
It went up.
It's 18.
Supply and demand, 22. No, yeah, I think it's like $18, something
So,
along the lines of that.
Just because you're talking about it and
Yeah.
you said there were two things that we really had control over, you addressed the, how we're gonna contain them. Can you just briefly talk about the consequences or the discipline?
Discipline?
Yeah, just briefly.
Yeah, you know, I don't have it listed out on here, you probably have it with the policy.
Yeah, I was just, if any, I don't know, maybe nobody's interested, but I thought you were talking about it.
No,
Yeah, we have it.
no,
Where did I put
perfectly
it?
fine. Do you have that policy right there?
I did, but
It's
now I
in
don't
the
know where it is.
packet,
I'm gonna trip up here.
or what?
Oh, here.
Somewhere.
You have, can I look at it real quick?
Sorry, Carrie.
No, you're good.
First, I don't know where it went.
No, there's a separate.
That's the one
packet.
that you just picked up, that is the cell phone.
So there are 3 offenses, basically
No,
first
not that.
offense.
Oh, the policy.
Yeah, policy.
Oh,
Devices immediately given to an adult in space of the entirety of the day and can be picked up at the high school office at the end of the day. If the device isn't immediately given to the adult, the device will be confiscated by someone from the administrative team. The device will then remain in the main office until a caregiver or parent or guardian comes to pick it up personally.
it's in here?
If a phone or device is heard and deemed an accident, if you didn't turn it off when you walked in but you put it in the case, don't worry, we're not gonna punish you. But it's not considered a violation. If it happens constantly, it's gonna be considered a violation, so. Second offense, device is immediately given to an adult, caregiver, and then it's held in the office. The individual we have not had after-school detention here since I've been here, so. This year, we now have after-school detention. So we've always had in-school detention, which is during the day. So that student will then serve in a detention from 2:35, 2:45 until 5 o'clock. And there is no transportation. So the parent would have to pick up for that. And while they're in there, we'll complete a reflection focused on cell phone impact on education. What was that look for? I saw Mr. Ross, and I was like, oh my goodness. So, and you can't AI it, all right? If it's not immediately given to the adult, and this is still in the second offense, it's confiscated by admin, parent has to pick it up as well. Third offense, there will be after-school detention again, and it'll remain in the high school office, kind of the same as the third. There is no, and I will say this, there is no, and it's across the board, out-of-school detention for breaking the rules regarding a cell phone multiple times. I will say this though, if you continue to do it, you will be out-of-school detention for insubordination.
You
So-
mean out-of-school suspension?
What's that?
Do you mean out-of-school suspension?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can't,
Detention.
there is, and I agree, you can't kick somebody out of school for 5 days because they keep grabbing their phone, I get that. But at the same time, if they continue to do it, and they've been to the fifth and the sixth offense, the district does have the right to then look at that in a much different manner. And that would be considered insubordination, so, just so you know. All right, those are the three offenses. The paper's the worst, you just don't get it. I mean, 12 pages, single spaced. That is about it, actually, that is kind of where we're at. Again, exceptions, case-by-case basis, it's really determination by the school. Translation purposes as well. We do have students who are ELL, who use it as they may use it as translation, that is allowed, as long as we approve it and we are aware of it, so. Any questions?
Thank you.
Any questions?
How about for students who travel to and from BOCES?
You know what, great point, because I was just actually, yes. So, thank you for bringing that up, and I just got clarification on that last week. So BOCES is doing their own thing.
Yes,
And
we sent
so-
it today.
What's that?
We just got our letter today.
Okay, so if my understanding is correctly, it's like a locker, kind of you drop it in. So when they exit the building, they will unlock their phone and get on the bus.
Okay.
Okay, so again, we looked at it at first of like, is it gonna be on buses, is it gonna be here, is it gonna be there? We look at it as when they enter and exit the building. So when they go to BOCES, it'll be whatever their plan is. And I just learned last week, it is kind of like a drop box of some sort, and then it has a lid on it, each class has it.
Yep.
So that's how, so they'll implement their own policy, we have our own policy. The minute you walk out of the door to get on the bus, you can unlock it.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Good. And we'll, this is on the website, so we do have it. If any questions, just let me know, shoot me an email. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Presentation, now.
Okay, we'll go to public comments. Board of Education believes that open communication with its parents, students, teachers, personnel, and district residents is very important. For this reason, the board sets aside time at the beginning and end of each regular meeting for public comments. However, in order to focus on tonight's previously scheduled agenda, as a general rule, the board will not be able to respond to your comments and questions at this time. We may refer your comments and questions to administration for follow-up, or we may add the subject of your comments to the agenda of a future meeting. Either way, please be assured that we welcome and take your comments very seriously. The board asks each person to limit comments to not more than 2 minutes. In order for the district clerk to maintain accurate records of the meeting, each individual is requested to state his or her name and address. Do we have any public comments? Okay. We have our personnel recommendations, and there's quite a bit here. It's a lot of our subs for the year. I did ask Lisa to kind of try to differentiate, so the positions that are not subs are bolded in there, so it's a little easier to differentiate. But I will take a motion, please, to go from Nancy Hine under retirements to Megan Ainsworth under extracurricular
So moved.
events. Well, in a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
We got Nancy Hine retirement.
You do.
So, I don't, and I apologize, I don't have an agenda in front of me. So, Nancy retired. Nancy actually left Wednesday. Again, I spoke during the retirement with Nancy that when I started here over 10 years ago, I was blown away that she didn't have my position and I had hers because she was that good. And I think I used the comment that Nancy dealt with not only staff, but thank you very much, students as well. And whenever you came into the office, you were center stage. And that is true, and I said that only because it wasn't when you left, she didn't roll her eyes and she didn't say, another student or not. She had something fun to say. She was excited to see people. And when people think of sometimes people working in business offices, they think of people being bean counters and just doing math, and that's it. It's not true. She was a very good people person. She was very on top of what she wanted to do. She had the history of when we did it, why we shouldn't do it again, all that. And so she was a wealth of knowledge, so she will be missed. And she did sign up already for it to be a sub.
Nice.
So we got her already.
Good for her.
So, but she will be missed, and I wish her the best. Tiffany's here. We spoke a little bit. She's jumping into Spanish, and we wish you the best of luck. You'll do fine. Order some stuff for you. I know that we talked on Friday, so she's in good hands. And, I think that's it for retirements, hires. We've been very fortunate enough that the hires that we've ended up obtaining this year. I was just saying to Crystal on my way out, there was a realization about a week ago that my summer was over and Deb's and Sarah's and Nicole, yours is pretty close to being, it's basically done. But I thought to myself, and after sitting in a meeting with other superintendents, that we are probably 10 times better than anyone else as they talked about their vacancies and the issues they have, and their fields aren't ready. Ours are. They're doing the last patch of pavement out front, thank God. So all of that, we're ahead of the game, and to be honest, we should be really happy with where we're at, and that we'll have a smooth opening again, so I look forward to it.
Great, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion's carried. Jump ahead to page 10 and financial reports. A motion, please, to approve the financial reports from the treasurer for June 30th, 2025 as submitted.
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
You want to jump in?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure, I'm sorry, I didn't grab you right after I sat down.
No, that's all
It's been a
right.
long day. You guys, so, you want to take 10 minutes to,
Yeah,
Go over
I
project?
can take less, I can take more.
all right, whatever you got.
Want. Give a little recap of where we're at, we can start outside, so as Carrie alluded to, the last bit of pavement is going on, they're not stopping until they're done, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Nice.
They've worked their way back from the elementary school. We were hoping to have been done yesterday, and of course, the one day we started last week was Wednesday, and we were rained out. So the one rainstorm we've had in the last month and a half. Saturday, they worked diligently, but the batch plants closed earlier on Saturday, so we bled into today, Monday, to wrap up. We moved up the striping to come tomorrow to site, so they will be spending the day striping all of the area. I'm going to run the numbers for fun, but the amount of blacktop between base layer, binder layer, and then that top layer that they're doing today is unbelievable amount, so I want to take it, if it was spread 3 inches thick, how many miles of blacktop were put into this facility this summer. It's an absolute incredible amount. Every inch from the top of Sheldon Drive and the back parking lot towards the bus garage has been redone all the way through the elementary school. Drainage repaired, drainage added, a lot of things done through the site work. Harpersville, New York, Byler was the company that did it. They did an outstanding job. KCK Paving out of Prattsville is who is out there as their subcontractor. It's been a pleasure so far working with them. They've been a stand-up company to go through. As for site work, we did have some some extra dollars that were spent, but it was all accounted for in our allowances for the project. We had side pot of money there in case we ran into things. We did. We found when we took the blacktop out and milled, we had soft spots here and there that we had to rebuild to make sure we're not gonna put blacktop over a spot that would, they call it pumping. It would pump when buses go over and end up breaking up the blacktop, which was the condition you had in a lot of locations. So we took care of those spots that we found. Overall, that site work has gone very well. As for the building project itself, outside of that, you probably saw a lift park out front when you were here today. The dome is coming down. The golden dome is in the process of being taken out. They're going to temp roof over. We're gonna be lacking a dome. The clock tower will remain. We'll be lacking the dome until early fall, when a new dome comes already pre-manufactured, and they lift the new dome and bolt it on, put the weather vane back on, and that will be there. Inside the building, there are ladders everywhere and people walking around everywhere. That is our EPC project, the Energy Performance Contract. They're going over and switching the controls over all over locations at both the elementary and the middle school, high school. That is near completion. Downstairs in the basement, in the dungeon, the boilers are in, the piping is near complete, the pumps are installed, and the breaching, which is basically a stainless steel dual layer chimney liner, was put in all the way up. I can see it actually from right here in my angle. You can see that liner stick through one of the chimneys on the school. So boilers are here, ramped up, oil pump is in. They'll be within the next few weeks firing that up and testing that out, so we have no issues going into the heat season on that, and with the controls as well. Over in the STEM area, that was never a priority to have done for the beginning of school, but they demoed and got a lot of the loud things out of the way. If you were to walk down there right now, it's a little nerve-wracking because it's just open from the middle school gym right into the tech room. You can see it. There will be a wall put up there, and we changed our plan. Originally, we were going to block off the corridor that goes to the middle school cafeteria and to Head Start. We've adjusted that wall to kind of just go at an angle a little bit to continue to keep the whole corridor open for the school year. So we're going to be putting that wall up prior to the start of school. The vestibule has extended about 20 feet. There's a new knee wall if you go down there to the middle school entrance. So the outside doors are now the inside doors to the new vestibule. So there's actually, you walk in and you're undercover, and then you enter the exterior doors and you're in that breezeway between another set of doors, and then you go in. They currently have the exterior doors in place, which will be the new interior doors with badge access. That is what is there right now. We have issues with glass and doors throughout the state on every project I'm on. It's taking forever to get windows and doors. So we have it temporarily measured out, so we still have lockable doors, egress path, and badging. It'll all be ready for the start of school in that STEAM area. The wall's up, they're gonna be going to town. We're hoping to get done winter time. We have until spring to get it done. They're pushing, they wanna get it done earlier. We're not gonna promise that. We're hoping, fingers crossed, it'd be amazing if we could get into the space earlier around the holidays. That would be outstanding. So we're gonna push for that and continue to push for that. As for the bus garage itself, you probably saw the new gray facade with the plastic where we're waiting for the windows. We're hoping those are in within the next week or two. We get those windows in and the doors complete at the bus garage. There was a lot of abatement over in the bus garage, which was taken care of, and miscellaneous things within their break room, and some new electric has to be put in. That is an added cost to the electrical. When they went to change the panels within the building, the wiring coming from the pole to the building was not in great condition. They got NYSEG involved. NYSEG said, well, we want a meter on the outside of the building, and we had to run a whole new service from the pole to the building. You'll see there's a new metering station outside the building. While we had to do that and trench from the pole to the bus garage, we took the time and made the executive decision to run a bunch of conduit, blank conduit from that pole location to the building for anticipation. If we do go to electrified buses and need to put a transformer in and run power, we won't have to tear up the parking lot. The conduit is in place to do so already. So we're in good shape there. Now for the pride and joy of the fall, the fields. So as we can see, the new multi-purpose field up here is complete. It looks absolutely beautiful. The only thing not complete are the lines on the track. That is occurring the first week in September. We are utilizing the fields now and able to get on that field. And then they will just shut it down for the day they have to put the lines on, allow them to dry, and then that'll be back to usage. The lower field itself, it's absolutely gorgeous. If anybody, when you get a chance, when it opened up, to go down and check out the grass and how beautiful it is, the natural grass down there, and the combination with the artificial infield at the softball field. I was nervous about that transition. I did some test runs myself. Hopefully there wasn't a camera, just to see if there was any like areas where there's a bump between the two. It's absolutely beautiful. The softball dugouts, the padding, it's just gorgeous facility, and I'm so excited for the girls, for the softball team. They're going to really love their season down there in the spring. But that, they waited on Craftco, the company who did the coating, got out of there last night actually. They pulled their tractor trailer out of there. Clark is now prepping the new parking area and walkway areas around that softball field. So we're holding off on gaining access to the district to that field through this week so they can get the prep done, because there's just a lot of trucks and a lot of things moving on down there. But that'll be turned over so soccer can start utilizing that field as soon as we're ready. So we're in very good shape overall. There's been a couple bumps in the road, but nothing crazy at all. It's been going very smoothly, and I think the district and the contractors have been excellent to work with, and things are going really well. So knock on wood, it stays that way. Any questions?
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So historically, this lot out here has just been not easy to, because I think it's the mountain or the water or something. Was anything done differently to hopefully?
So what we did when we exposed everything, I'd say about 60% of the parking lots were milled all the way down to the substrate, to the stone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of areas that don't get a ton of traffic but are more parking zones, they were just milled, leaving a little bit of blacktop that we blacktop over. The areas that were fully exposed in front of the bus garage, we did notice after rainstorms a day or two later, we saw water still in the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously in there. So what we did is that's where we added under drains. So we
Okay, good.
notified, took pictures, talked to the engineer, and we added under drains that feed to the storm structures. So hopefully it picks up more of that groundwater that's underneath that blacktop. That's
That's awesome.
that's not all we can do.
Yeah,
you know,
no, that's
But
great.
it's an added feature that we did add,
Yeah.
hoping that it takes some away.
I think it's the freezing and thawing, freezing, plus the water run, yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
so
great, that might help.
We did what we could. Like I said, we found soft spots. We tried to, you know, it's the Northeast.
Yeah.
You know, cross fingers, what we've done will last quite a while, a lot more than what was there before. The
Good.
parking area actually right out front of the tech area was another area where we just milled, but there was barely any blacktop there. So we ended up taking it out to the stone and rebuilding in that zone. And then up by the elementary school, by the middle school entrance where the parking is along that, that was pretty bad in some areas where we had to take up a little bit more. And then in front of the bus garage where the bus's main drive is, that's where we saw the pumping, where we saw the ground moving. So we had to what we call box it out, where we dig down about 12 inches, really tamp it, add more stone, and rebuild that area to hopefully stop that from happening.
Thanks.
So, oh, now you have 2 new staircases off the back of the cafeteria. They're complete, and you have a whole new loading dock rampway that's on the other side of the main gymnasium. That's all complete too. We're waiting on railings. We don't know if we'll have the railings for the start of school. We will put some kind of temp railing up if that is the case. So,
Okay, great,
Thank you.
no problem.
awesome.
The time and dedication you guys have put in to get this thing.
Yeah.
Amazing, thank you so much.
That's what we do. This is a heck of a week. Luckily, this one's not that bad. So,
Yeah.
You sent it to you this morning, that was,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah, I have schools that classrooms are still being sheetrocked,
Ooh.
windows still being installed. Labor Day will be full of labor this year. Thank you all. I'm gonna go back out and check out there.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very
evening.
much, Jared.
Thank you. See ya.
Okay. the special education report of the Director of Special Education for the period July 9, 2025 to August 25th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion's carried. And we'll move on to our reports, principal's report.
Okay, principal's report for August. So I start off with enrollment. The elementary school has 19 entries, which is consists of 12 students transferring in and 7 were out of district, non-resident students. And we also had 5 exits moving to other school districts. For the middle school, we had 12 entries coming in. We had 4 students returning from homeschool. We had a student who has a parent working in the district. So they were out of district, but they have a parent working here. 2 were out of district students, and then 5 other students who moved into the district. For the high school, there were 2 entries, and they were 2 students returning from homeschool, 9th and 10th grade. 3 transferring in 10th grade and 2 9th graders, and 1 out of district non-resident student in 11th grade. So we got a lot of movement at the beginning of the year. Student successes. The elementary school program ended on July 31st. Students worked on review of ELA and math concept and skills. Well attended throughout the summer, and feedback from students, families, and staff was positive. Our pre-K and kindergarten screening was held August 5th and 6th, and it was very well attended. The pre-K and kindergarten roundup was today, and students and families were excited to meet their teachers and peers, have a snack in the cafeteria, and learn about bus safety and go for a ride. So it was cute to see them all coming in. They're very cute. For the middle school summer program ended on August 13th. We had 10 students successfully complete the program, and again, the focus was on ELA and math skills. Many of our students, and this goes for younger kids all the way up to high schoolers, we had many students have displays and showed animals at the Delaware County Fair. For high school, summer school.
Tell us about your ribbon.
I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay, good.
It's in the next
Thank
section.
you.
Believe me, I'm not gonna overlook that. Summer school concluded on August 14th. Regents review sessions for math and science were held from August 11th through the 15th. All the Regents exams except physics were administered July 19th and 20th. Scoring was a collaborative effort with Walton and the DCMO BOCES. We have fall varsity sports have started, and it's great to see students' faces in the halls again. And actually, Winsome, as she was leaving today, took a picture of the field, the turf field, and it had students on it. And it was, the picture is just amazing. For faculty and staff, Dana wants to thank everyone who worked so hard this summer to get the elementary building ready so quickly. The small improvements like painting classrooms and door frames made things look clean and fresh for the upcoming school year. And she also thanked you for helping teachers and staff navigate the construction and get themselves and their orders up to the building and into the correct classrooms. For the middle school, I just wanted to recognize all the staff who worked during the summer. These people go above and beyond during the summer months as we're trying to fill open positions. We are working around the construction, preparing for the next school year. The staff here at DA is amazing, and that's from everybody: secretaries, business office, IT, transportation, food staff, nurses, building and grounds, interview committee members, everybody. It's been amazing to see everything kind of come together. The admin team has been busy. We all attended the DCMO BOCES Leadership Academy July 23rd and 24th. We also went to ONC Hot Topics on August 20th. And we also all participated in Handle with Care training with Elisa Boyer on August 21st. So that was very informative. I did have the chance to show a cow at the fair and I won a blue ribbon.
Yay.
Everybody got a blue ribbon, but I felt very special getting my ribbon. I wanted to give a shout out to Eric Blackman. I don't know, many of you know Eric. He was amazing. And I said to him, you know, not really joking, I was serious. I was like, you should be a teacher. Because he really, he's like, you gotta hold the cow this way and you gotta walk this way. And he really kept my cow under control. Because it was ready, when we got to the show ring, it was done. It wanted to go eat and relax. So shout out to Eric, he was wonderful. And then, so new staff for the middle school, Casey Button, is returning to the district. She wasn't a counselor when she was here last, but she is now moving into the middle school counseling role. I have seen what she's done at her previous district, and I'm excited to have her, come in and be a great addition to our staff in the middle school. We also have Carolyn Sloan coming in as an aide in the middle school. Carolyn brings, just a wealth of knowledge and experience. She was previously at South Portwright District, but she brings a lot of, experience outside of education as well. And Stacy Lehman, we're excited to have her back for middle school AIS. And I think Stacy's excited as well. Crystal mentions that staff have been stopping in throughout the summer to check in and work in their classrooms. And they're excited to have Don Sanford return as a leave replacement for the high school math vacancy. And obviously, Don has been here for several years, so we're excited to see him back in the district. Tiffany Fancher is here for our Spanish position. She's a native Spanish speaker with a background in multidisciplinary education that will be a huge asset to our language department. We're excited for her to be a part of the DA team. And we have Trisha Mason and Erica Molnar will be joining us as aides and both bring experience and enthusiasm to the role. Events coming up. Elementary Carnival is is it September 12th?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I didn't write down.
Friday from 4:30 to 6:30.
4:30 to 6:30, yeah. For the middle school, high school, modified sports begin August 25th today. And then we have 6th grade orientation tomorrow. 9th grade orientation is Wednesday. And then we have new teacher orientation on the 28th. Labor Day is the first. Staff development is the 2nd and 3rd. And then the first day for students is the 4th. Also, we have in September, we have a new student luncheon plan for the 19th. Open house is the 24th for the middle school, high school. And homecoming weekend is the 26th and the 27th.
Wow.
A lot going on.
Yeah, hitting the
I'm
ground
excited.
running. I know.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, departmental and superintendent?
Yeah, I think, grab a cookie. A lot of them, grab all of them. I would second what Deb said as far as departments go. I felt like we kind of took a breather for about 4 days after graduation, and then it just was like, all right, let's go again. So it's been a really busy, good, productive year. I think it's probably a little easier, even though the paving didn't go as well as we thought it would over the weekend. It wasn't like the transition last year with technology. I think there was a lot of anxiety from that. The fact, Jared, I can't say enough how I've been a part of 5 capital projects or 6 probably, and usually there's a lot of finger pointing, there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of bad feelings in the end. Nothing. And I mean, we're pretty much through the worst of it. I mean, they're working in that. If you do want to take a peek at the ag and tech, it's not recognizable at this point. But
In his report, he included a very nice note about the relationship and the,
Contractors?
yeah, Jared,
Did he?
there's a very nice
About
note
it.
about how
About the district.
accommodating and cooperative the district was.
I saw
It's
that.
nice, it's really
Good.
nice.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
It's really been great. And I mean,
Yeah.
even though over the weekend, it was one of those situations where I said to somebody, it was like, if this fails, 18 other things behind it are all gonna fall apart. And it kind of did, but it all came around. We devised a plan yesterday to accommodate, 82 kids coming in today with very limited parking, along with, let's take the dome off today. Hey, what if we did 3 games, and all this, I came in and it was, I will tell you that the turning point, I wasn't in the best mood this morning, but just because there's so much happening, and then it was like the first child comes running up to go to pre-K or kindergarten, and is so excited, and I'm like, all right, we're good. This is fun. So, and I just wanted like maybe 10% of that energy. But it turned, and again, we've just been very fortunate with the crews that have been here. They take a lot of pride in what they do, and obviously just being on that field today, in the softball field, I did let everyone know that in the meetings that I've been in that we're ahead of the schedule and they're all behind, so. Dave's done a great job, his crew's done a great job, they've been a little short-staffed, but they had student, we had probably, I think, 8 student workers, I think, this summer. Fantastic. Kids that
I call them scratch-a-dent movers.
What's that?
I'm kidding, but, because they're all high school kids, I always call them the scratch-a-dent movers.
Yeah, they are, yeah, exactly. They work together really well, though.
Yeah.
You know what they got, what they have to do.
The Burroughs boys were part of that, right?
What's that?
Didn't the Burroughs boys do it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were part,
They probably come back every year.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But I
They'll be
mean,
40 coming back.
Those kids, I mean, it takes, Will, for instance, they give them basically an area to work and
Yeah.
leave them alone.
Yeah.
And they take pride, I mean, even after being here and graduating, they take pride, so. It's been a really nice summer as far as that goes. We are ready to go. One thing I said to Crystal before I left, the fact that we are in good shape, we're good to go. We will have new staff orientation on Thursday, we'll go over a few things there, that's an all-day affair. And then we have opening day on Tuesday and start over again. So, other than that, construction, we've hit everything today. I think we've covered just about everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No. Yeah, I know you're not. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's probably like, it's sensing something, but other than that, it's been a very productive summer. We've got just a few additions. We've got Parent Square that we have added. That's gonna be a great platform for parent to teacher, parent to staff, and then the cell phone policy is the 2 big things, really. That's really it. So. That's all I have.
Well, I think that's plenty, thank you. Board committees, I'll just note the meeting schedule for the school year is in the board packets, and you should have received scheduled invitations through the Outlook calendar, but there is a paper copy included in your folders as well. I think it was a pretty light meeting month. Athletic committee is meeting this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Capital project, did you guys? I don't think there was anything.
No.
Okay.
We were gonna meet Wednesday and do a walkthrough, but then the monsoon came in, so we didn't do that. And we're waiting on financials as well to look over, just to make sure that we have from schoolhouse, so once we get those, we'll discuss.
Finance committee met, and it really was just a very quick meeting to kind of go over, for those of you that don't know, we had a board retreat this afternoon, and we talked about financial state of district and some other things, but we just kind of got a little preview at the finance committee meeting. I don't know if there's any.
No, we didn't really, it was a very short meeting, we went into agenda setting after that. Today we went over demographics of the district as far as that goes, historical as well. But no, it was a very quick meeting.
No policy, no technology, but things will start ramping up again next month. As Mr. Schultz mentioned, we have our policy for the student use of the internet-enabled devices, and this month will constitute our second reading of that policy. We do have a clarification that we have to make on just a little bit of verbiage that we have in there. So our September meeting will be our third reading and adoption of that policy. We have no old business. Our new business, items A through D really are recognizing the fact that Nancy Hine has retired and we had appointed her at our reorg meeting in July. And so these next items are to appoint Adam Aldanza, our new treasurer, for the functions that Nancy had held.
Do you need a motion for that? Are we gonna do all of them together?
Well, I was gonna do each one pretty, do them together?
You can, basically, it's just taking her off any of the
Right, yeah.
signature,
Yeah,
and then adding them.
It appoints Adam as treasurer, it allows him to open deposit accounts, endorse checks, approve payments, issue checks, and sign tax exemption certificates, all the things
A
that
through E.
Nancy did.
So
A through E.
yeah, and I will say this, all of those items are also, there's also somebody else over top looking over those, so. there's
That's part of the
also-
auditing, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, segregation of duties, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Sean's motion, a second?
Second,
Oh,
go ahead,
whoever.
go ahead.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion's carried. Oops, I should have said E. I'll change that.
I did.
I already go through, I need to go through E as well, which is investments. Being able to invest on behalf of the district. Motion please to approve our district-wide school safety plan for the 2025-2026 school year.
So moved.
Kim, thank you, and second? Second. Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. A motion, please, to approve the Regional Information Center Data Privacy Agreements Resolution.
So moved.
Thank you, and a second?
Okay.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion's carried. A motion, please, to approve the contract between Tina Caswell, MSCCC SLP, and Delaware Academy Central School District at Delhi. This is for consultation and therapy services.
We've utilized her in the past as well, so it's a couple times throughout the year.
So, oh, I'll second.
Thank you. That was all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion's carried. And a motion please to approve the middle school, high school student handbook for the 2025-2026 school year.
So moved.
And second? You did that? What's that?
We skip over.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
skipped
we
over
skipped
it.
it, we're going back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
confused.
It's
No,
okay.
We're good, yeah. No.
We're good.
We
Do
need
you
to
need a
tax
motion?
The tax levy, did that do it?
No.
No, we're about to do that.
She talked to her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I just,
She's-
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Motion carried. I have to say, I've spent some time looking through the handbook, and that's like a wealth of information. I think I'm gonna keep that printed and handy. So I appreciated seeing it and having it. Okay, a motion please to approve the tax levy. Lucy?
Yep, so moved.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, and this is a roll call vote.
Trustee Avila?
Aye? Yes, whatever.
Trustee Hayes is absent. Trustee Kelly?
Lucy?
Yes, sorry.
She was
Trustee
reading.
Liddy?
Yes.
Trustee Rabbit?
Yes.
Trustee Shepherd?
Yes.
Trustee Newman?
Yes.
Thank you.
And a motion please to approve the 2025-2026 substitute
What are they?
rates through December 2025.
The only thing that changed on this, just so you know, is the substitute rate for bus drivers. It was a little bit more competitive. Same rate, I think, for 12 years, so.
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. And finally, a motion please to accept a donation in the amount of $109 from St. John's Episcopal Church for use in the backpack program.
So moved.
Thank you. A second? Sean, please.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Definitely. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion's carried. And again, we have a public comment session. Board of Education welcomes comments and questions during this session, but will not respond to the comments or questions at this time. Items or issues you wish the board to consider for action or discussion may be placed on the board agenda by contacting the district clerk or superintendent 1 week prior to the board meeting. Do you have any public comments? Okay, we'll move on to board comments and start with Mr. Shepherd.
No, I have any, it was nice to get together on the retreat today and, walk around on the field. I know the kids that are in the fall sports that use those fields are beyond excited to start. My son being one of them is super excited. Everything looks good. The district looks like it's getting very, very, very close to ready for day one, so it's an exciting time for everybody.
It is, yeah, thank you. Mr. Light?
I will add to that, congratulations to our retiree and new hires. And just a special thank you to the very long list of retired substitutes
That was a
who
pretty
we
big list.
approved today. It's impressive looking through it and seeing all the names and all the time that they've put in here and continue to show up. That's awesome, thank you.
All set.
And to add to that, students that have graduated and have come back are also in there to see.
Yeah,
It's
as
really
well.
impressive. And I think we're just all really lucky to be part of DA. Welcome new hires and I also want to thank the administration and the school counselors for working tirelessly all summer. I have been in constant communication with principals and school counselors, and I always forget that they don't have off the whole year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that's going on in the summer that has to happen to make everything, perfect for when our students get here. I'm excited for another year, so thank you.
Kelly?
I think the school looks great. I do appreciate all the hard work that everyone has put on to making it look as good as it is and being prepared. And I think we're all ready for the new year. And and I thank the new hirees. And again, we'll miss the retirees. Hope to see them back.
Thank you.
So what everyone said.
Exactly.
I tell my college students, my seniors who are going to be teachers, that the measure of how good you are as a teacher is not how well planned you are. It's not any of that stuff. It is when you're up and you're starting your lesson and you can tell in real time that it's not going well. And then the real measure right there is how will you adjust in that moment? And I realized sitting here tonight, listening to Carrie explain everything that's happened today, if this one thing happens, all the 18 things. And apparently that's not true just for teachers, it's for everyone. And that how you adapt and how you
Right.
can make those changes, that is the real key. And I think everything I've heard earlier today and then, you know, what Jared said, what you've talked, that is the measure of a good whatever you are. It's not just teachers, it's any of them. So I thank Carrie, I thank everybody for that. I just had that revelation tonight, so I just wanted to share it with you.
Good revelation.
Good night.
Yeah, well, it happens on occasion. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, we'll remind everyone of our upcoming board meetings. Our next regular Board of Education meeting is Monday, September 22nd in the High School Media Library Center at 6 p.m. It is anticipated the board will convene an executive session at 5 p.m. and return to open session at 6 p.m. or as soon as executive session business is complete. The deadline for items to be placed on the board agenda is the Tuesday prior to each Board of Education meeting. If you have any questions, please contact the district clerk at 607-746-1306. And we do not have anything for executive session. So I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Both of you.
Take the rest of the day off.
I'm sorry, full time at the elementary.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Are you ready for all those little munchkins?
I can't wait.
Oh, that's.
I got